Hi, welcome into Love Goddess Tarot. Today's pick a card love reading is going to focus on messages about what's coming next in love. It's going to be a general reading, so we're going to see what the universe has for you today. You have 4 choices, starting with the letter for number 1, the heart for number 2, the tree for number 3, and the house for number 4. Take a moment, pause the video if you need to, and see which pile, which energy, which card is calling to you. If you can't choose, that's perfectly fine. Trust your intuition and listen to as many piles as you're called to. If some messages don't resonate, leave them behind and only take with you those that do. These are general readings, so I'm excited to get started. The timestamps are below. I will see you in just a minute. Hi, how are you? Let's get started on your reading today about what's coming next in love. The letter message is a message about a message. Getting some sort of information, something coming to you, okay? So I'm wondering if you're waiting for a message, if there is something or someone from a distance that you're hoping to hear from, or if you were just intuitively drawn to this and this message is coming. So we're going to start with the Dreamy Way, Lenormand, which is the card that you've chosen. I'm going to pull some more from this deck just to get an overview of today's reading and to see where the energy for you is coming from. Okay, let's see what we have. What's coming next in love? Oh, okay, so it looks like it's a positive message, something good, good news is coming for you when it comes to love. We're going to find out what the good news is. But yes, the thing about Clover is it's quick. It's like a quick hit. Let's see what else. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm very happy to start today's readings with yours because we have the letter, the clover, and the sun, which are absolutely positive. The sun is in this deck considered the most powerful, positive, happiness, joy. If there were any like what we would call negative or, slightly less positive cards, the sun completely overshadows them and brings a very positive meaning. But you don't have that. You have a magnification of the clover here. Lots of good luck. Something's coming. Some really good news. Have you been waiting to hear from somebody? Well, if that's the case, I would say yes, you're going to hear from them. Are you completely single and want to be asked out, want an invitation, want to meet up with someone? The answer is yes. Completely off the love category, maybe you are waiting to hear about a job. The answer will be yes. This is showing me that what's coming next for you in love is going to make you very happy. It's going to bring you a lot of good fortune, okay? And the key to it is this letter. So let's pull some more. I am going to use the Bee Oracle today. I was getting the decks ready. I made my tea, which I have only taken like a half a sip so far. I think I need to do another. And this spoke to me. The Bee Oracle, I haven't used in a while. But I think it has a message for you. So let's find out. What is it? What is this message for you? Beautiful. The sunflower. Wow. Do we have a lot of sun connections? Okay, this is significant. The bee is inside the sunflower. You see that? And the message is discipline. Okay, let me get the Dream Oracle book for us and find out. Now, this is the element of earth. Okay, the earth is associated with the physical, the things that, you know, we can touch and feel, hold, master, all of that, you know, own the tangible things. Okay, let's see what discipline says. The message of discipline is a derivative of the word disciple. Discipline answers a calling and dedicates themselves to the study of that calling. It's understood that dedication and sacrifice take years, but the passion behind it is worth it. Wow. Answering a calling is not just learning something, it's about what you are to become. While great passionate endeavors need preparation, our daily lives also need adequate discipline. Discipline takes self-awareness, it takes practice, and it's worth the effort and sacrifice to get there. Choose one thing to focus on today. Be intentional and consciously aware of the discipline needed to accomplish your goals. Today's not a big picture day, it's a day to plow through the task at hand. So your message today is about really sticking with something. And it also gives me this feeling of like the wait was worth it. Like, think about a sunflower. If you've ever seen sunflowers in the field, you know, they just start out like anything else, right? They're just something growing out, a stem. But by the time July, August comes in the summer, they're giant. They're these massive, tall fields of giant flowers. So it's almost like, I feel you have waited a long time for this love energy, whatever it is, whether you're in a couple and you've wanted a commitment, whether you're completely single and waiting for the person that is meant for you to come along. It's like it's going to be worth it. It's worth the wait. You have to put in the work, but when you get there, it's so worth it. Okay. It can also be a connection to the month of August, July, August, late summer, which is the sunflower season, to Leo, which is the sign associated with that season, to the Strength card, to finding a partner who is equal, who is confident, who really has equal feelings for you that you have for them. It could be this connection is coming together or reaching some sort of culmination in the summertime, around the time of the sunflowers. There also can be a connection here for you with love and work because of that discipline card. Ah, how beautiful. I'm so glad that I really just trusted it and paid attention even though I haven't had my tea. Sometimes I find that before I have my tea, even I do my best readings because I'm so open. I'm sort of half sleepy, which is like that liminal space between consciousness and unconsciousness. All right, well, that's getting heavy for early in the morning, but let's move on. Let's pull some tarot to see what details we can fill in here. Okay. Three of Swords reversed. Healing a broken heart. Some sort of third-party situation is part of the story here. I only want one. If they're meant to come back, they'll come back. Let's see, just one more. It came back. It came back upright. Oh my God. There's the happiness and joy. That is a really good thing for you to see because that's really tarot in motion. That's the pure, you know, intuitive connection that you can create with tarot. You can do it. Everybody has the ability to connect. It's really me just connecting with my inner knowing that if that card was meant to come out, it would come out again. And it did right then. So that's like you getting to see it immediately, right? You can't teach that. You can only teach the you can only help people uncover, I should say, the techniques to connect with their intuition, right? I can't teach you to believe. What I can do is show you, which is why I do these readings. And hopefully you want to connect with your own intuition. And if you do, I do have my course, the Soulmate Guide. But yeah, that's just such a perfect example. 7 of Wands reversed, okay? 7 of Wands reversed is taking down your defenses in some way. I think for some of you, there is healing here from a past wound, from a past hurt. It could be that the person that you're with has gone through this. It could be that you're going to be with. It could be your story, your situation, the 3 of Swords there. But the 3 of Swords is about some sort of heartbreak, some sort of betrayal, but it's reversed. So for me, when this comes through reversed, I think the person is healing. Your heart is starting to heal here. The 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is our card that popped out and then I put back in the deck and it came out again. So it's an important card. 10s are all about major chapters ending and beginning. This is the culmination. This is happiness, joy, family. Look at the 2 swans with the 2 little swans and the house in the background. This is emotional fulfillment. This is very good luck when it comes to love. The 7 of Wands says to me when it's reversed that this is like, listen, I'm prepared, I'm ready for battle. I'm at the door and I can defend my turf. This is about letting go of defending your turf. So it could be letting go of being blocked, protecting your heart from being hurt. It could be letting go of protecting someone who doesn't deserve it, doesn't deserve your protection. But what I see is you're moving away from that. These 2 are down. These 2 are not down, but they're reversed. And so it's like, to me, the upright here, right at the center, the 10 of Cups is saying, this is where you're headed. Whether you're single or in a couple situation, you are moving towards this sense of joy, this sense of happiness. I'm going to pull one about the, let's get a card on the 3 of Swords, okay? Okay, I guess these 2 want to come out, so we're going to let them. Ace of Cups, King of Swords. He felt like the right one. So this is a very cruel person or a cold person or someone this is the person that hurt your heart or rejected you. He's represented by the King of Swords, so he doesn't have to be, but he could be an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, leaning towards Aquarius energy. Somebody who is not showing their emotions, somebody whose emotions are blocked, somebody who uses his words in a manipulative way. So I feel like there's a story here for you about a blocked love or rejection of some sort, or this third party situation with the King of Swords. Now let's see what's going on with the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups reversed, 7 of Cups reversed. Okay, so what I feel like is that there is a partner coming in, or a partner that you've been dealing with, who's going from friend to love, okay? You are making a choice. You are choosing to focus on this person. This letter, this information, this good luck that's coming concerns this friend energy, this best friend, this emotional connection that maybe you've been confused about, but you're getting clarity. You have waited a long time for whatever this connection means and is, and all the hard work that you've put in is paying off. Okay, the Seven of Cups here shows confusion, delusion. It can show all the different types of people. Are they real? Are they fake? Lots of dating, different types, lots of experiences, confusion. Is this person real? Am I interested in money? Am I interested in commitment? Do I want an emotional connection? Do I want somebody who's a friend? This is you figuring that out. This is you focusing on one person. There is a spiritual lesson here, a spiritual lesson when it comes to you and love, because you're ending with 2 sevens. Sevens are spiritual lessons in the tarot. This card is connected to Pisces energy, to Neptune, to deception. So I feel like all of the fog is clearing off this summer. Something big is coming into focus. A relationship that might be unconventional is coming through. Because I'm so focused on my tea this morning, I'm going to pull you a tea message from my oracle deck. Aha, there's some sort of breakup. Now, what's interesting about the breakup card is we had the Three of Swords reversed, we had the King of Swords reversed, we had the Ace of Cups. That's a breakup, okay? 2 of Cups reversed is changing the situation. For some of you, the good luck energy can be, and I know this is what just came through, but this is probably why I needed to pull this. For some of you, the good luck energy that's coming through that makes you so happy, unfortunately, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's like hearing about the end of somebody else's situation who maybe you've been in love with. Maybe you have a good friend who's finally getting out of a toxic relationship and the 2 of you can be together. Could be. Let's get another one. That's not for everybody, but... Peace offering. Ooh, so some of you, they see how juicy this is getting. Bottom of the deck, love takes time, discipline. Some of you have been through a difficult time. Someone has changed their behavior. Somebody wants a second chance and you want to give it to them. Okay, if that's you, listen, putting in the hard work of this connection could pay off for you. And let's get a final message. I feel like there's one more group listening that needs one more. The peace offering is definitely that letter coming through. Like a text, an email, something's coming. Obviously, for most of you, it's not going to be an old-fashioned letter. A lot of you don't probably never even gotten one. Lots of feelings. Okay. This is for those of you that these two don't apply, but you've had a breakup, you've been with someone, you're moving on, you're getting clear about what you want. You have someone coming in who you are going to have lots of feelings for, and it is a refreshing change, okay? Just know that all of your hard work, whatever has taken so much time with love, has been worth it. You have the sun. The sun is coming out this summer. Beautiful. That's your reading. And if this resonated and you'd like to learn more about this love energy coming in, this gift, this good luck, you can book a personal reading. Use the links below. As I mentioned earlier, you can also take my course, the Soulmate Guide, which is an at-home easy to follow video and course with a workbook that teaches you in 30 days, really, how to connect with your soulmate using my tools to connect with your intuition. You need a tarot deck, but don't have to know anything about tarot. So any tarot deck will do. Crystals, and I give you a list in the workbook so you can purchase whichever ones you want, and a journal, and that's all you need. Okay, so if you're interested in that, you can order that. I am sending you so much love. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe today, okay? Be part of the Love Goddess community and write your comments below so I know you're out there. Tell me how this applied to you, especially the King of Swords and the Three of Swords energy. I am sending you lots of love. I'll see you. Let's get started with your reading today. You chose the heart, and the heart is obviously a card of love. This is a very, very pure love, a very pure heart. Just this beautiful romantic connection. Let's see what's coming next in love. I'm going to start with the Dreamy Way Lenormand to get sort of a general idea of where we're headed today. And then we're going to move on to oracle messages and tarot. That's what I have planned for you, but I can always add things as we go along, because if you've been here before, you know that I can mix it up when I feel it. Okay, stars. Oh, we are off to a really, really good start today with you and the reading before you. I am feeling the positive vibes here for love. Things are turning around. Uh-oh. Of course, as I say that, there is something you have to deal with. Bottom of the deck. Choices. Okay, I get it. Okay, so you have the stars here, which is beautiful. There's so much talk in the US about the 250th anniversary, and I've been seeing so much red, white, and blue, and so seeing these two together makes me think something in July might be coming up for you around this choice. Stars is about, it's about inspiration, it's about guidance, it's about optimism, it's about abundance. If you have been down, if you haven't really felt that happily ever after energy, or things go well, and this is showing that there is abundance for you, something that is beyond your dreams. It's telling you to reach for the stars. This is about reaching for the stars when it comes to love. But what's interesting is that we have this kind of like wah, wah, throwing the water on the party here. And with the whip, and the whip is really about like some sort of repeated cycle or something that might not be positive. Okay, it's about routine, it's about repetition, or sometimes it's about arguments and habits. So it can mean that like doing something regularly can be positive, like let's say, doing sports, or, some hobby, or practicing the piano, something that you get really good at, right? But if it's harmful, then that's not good. So like, being with people that are critical, or, somewhat, bickering, things like that. So for me, this is a mixed bag, and that's why we're pulling more cards. Maybe there are some that are listening, and it is about that if you practice believing in love, it happens. I know that sounds simplistic, but that's kind of what I'm seeing here and feeling for you. Like you need that positivity, you need that to believe in it. You need to practice, practice it yourself. Okay. So it's like having the same thought over and over again develops into a habit. And then once it's a habit, it becomes a reflex. And so this is like saying your brain needs to practice believing, having faith, being inspired, doing good things in order to believe they'll happen. Okay. It can also be that there is somebody in your life who's negative. somebody or some sort of negative situation, some sort of criticism, you know, negative partnerships or something like that. And you have to make a choice, because you had the bottom of the deck, you had choices, and you have a choice coming up here at a crossroads, and you have to let go of that energy. Okay, it can go either way, but let's see what the Bee Oracle says about your love situation. But with the stars in the center, I feel things are, you're moving in the right direction. Let's put it that way. I feel like you're headed towards your true path here. And you just really need positivity right now more than anything. Let's see what the Bee Oracle has for you about love. Protection. Ooh, beautiful. Okay, let me read to you the message of protection. It almost looks like there's a, almost looks like a shell. And I know I'm shell obsessed, but that's kind of interesting to me. It's about growth. Okay, protection. Protection is, let's see where this is in here. These are divided by element. Okay, so protection is the fire element. And I have to go to the fire section and find protection. Here it is. Okay. There are mental and physical aspects to feeling safe and secure. That I don't like, because that doesn't feel safe and secure. We need a protected habitat and shelter and safety from harsh elements. Having peace of mind and being protected from predators is important, but we can't lose the courage to go beyond the protective barriers when necessary. Oh, okay, I'm getting it. Are you getting it? We thrive when we feel secure. We burn out on adrenaline or lack of sleep when we feel threatened or unsafe. Oh my gosh, that really makes sense and really is resonating with me. The concept of protection is calling your name today. Consider if you and others around you feel protected. Evaluate what is needed to be in safe hands. Be careful to not build an impenetrable shell. I knew this was a shell. An impenetrable shell that fences you in and prevents you accessing the diamond that lies within you. Oh my gosh, I you know, when I got up, before I even had my first sip of tea, I said, I'm doing a reading this morning. And I just felt it for you guys. I do readings all the time. I did 3 readings yesterday, but those are personal readings. I am a full-time tarot reader and astrologer, so if you want a personal reading, use the links below. But anyway, I wanted to do a reading for you guys, and I just felt very called to the Bee Oracle. And I'm so happy, because for group 1, it was really important. For you, it's really important. I mean, to get protection with the whip is really like, it's significant, because it's almost like, are you protecting your sweetheart? Okay, because you've been hurt in the past. And this is saying you need to open up. You do need to feel safe. You can't repeatedly go back to the same kind of negative people. You do need to protect yourself and feel safe. But at the same time, you have to be open to love. That's what I'm getting so far. Oof, heavy. Heavy, but positive. And there's something about the growth thing here with the nautilus shell. You know, I've told the story here before. If you watch me, you know that I'm a shell collector. I'm obviously the love goddess Aphrodite's shells are one of her symbols. You know, you can see on a deck of cards that I designed that I have the pearls. That's a shell. That's the inside of a shell. It's hard to tell on that, but this is a shell that I collected and painted and decoupaged. So, you know, it's real. I love shells. You can't see it, but I have a shell wind chime just to the right that I made. So protection with that shell. The shell, nautilus shell, is all about growth. And the story that I've told is that as the chamber, as they increase in size, they get more of these chambers, and then the chamber fills with air so that the animal can move. Okay, it's so cool. It's like outgrowing your shell. So I just have this feeling that, you know, good things are coming for you. There's a need for you to know you're protected, but there's also that need for you to allow good people in and change the routine of thinking bad things are going to happen or bad people. You are a good person, okay? And you just need to be discerning about who you let in your life. Does that resonate? I hope so. I hope it helped whoever needed it. And if it doesn't, it's more about you're about to grow. You're about to expand. Stay positive. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to fill in here for you. Page of Swords reversed. Hangman upright, talk about change in perspective, time to move on, time to make that choice. Two of Pentacles. Look what's coming, bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands, new love. And this is the most romantic. This is the heart and the stars combined. If they could have a tarot card child, it would be the Ace of Wands, because it's like love, it's passion, it's romance, it's excitement, it's reaching for the stars, it's a fresh start, it's a new beginning, it's believing in love, okay? So that's what you have coming. I love that. Okay, so let's start with the page reversed. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords. So this really shows that it's like, this is new for you. Whatever this experience that's coming is new for you. And I feel like there's something that needs to be said. There's something that needs to be said for you to move forward with this passion and this new love energy. It's almost like you are figuring out how to express your heart in love. The Hangman is showing a change in perspective, time to move on. It's showing that you have had to give in. You've had to maybe make sacrifices when it comes to love. You've had to wait. And now is the time that you're making a choice. And that choice is to find that balance here with the Two of Pentacles between play and work, and putting your attention into your heart, putting your attention into fun, putting your attention into that beautiful message of the heart here and the stars, and less about, you know, things being difficult or hard or negative, you know, changing your patterns. That's what's happening here. This is a major change in your mindset about love. That's what I see coming here. Okay, let's get you some messages from the Teacup Oracle. I'm drinking my tea this morning very slowly, and before I even had my first sip, I started this reading because I just was so called to do it this morning, friends. Friends can be protection for you. This could be meeting someone through a group. Moving fast. Ooh, I love that. Okay, so the Ace of Wands is definitely fast-moving energy. Wands are fast. It's fire. It's strong feelings. Love is going to experience a healing. There's a healing for you coming, okay? And just know that. Know that you are changing some big sort of like patterns, habits, feelings, mindsets. That's what's coming. And there is new love energy that is fiery, passionate, getting you back to believing in those beautiful things again. That is your reading today. I hope this helped and resonated. If it did and you want to learn more about how you can connect with love, how you can change these patterns, if you're having a hard time releasing things, you can book a personal reading with me and I can give you the details about that. The link is below. It takes about a week for you to get a personal reading and you watch it right here on YouTube. I also offer the workshop, the Soulmate Guide, which helps you connect with your intuition and helps you connect with true love using my method in 30 days. So all you need is a deck of tarot cards, some crystals and a journal, and I teach you how to connect. So it's my technique. It's very simple. You don't have to know tarot, know the meanings of the cards even. You can just buy a deck and get started. So all those links are below, the information's below. You can also always reach out. I am sending you so much love. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Happy end of May, everybody. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you next week. Hey, number 3, I am doing this reading super early in the morning, having my tea, and I feel like I'm going so slow. Did you ever have one of those moments when it just feels like things are moving super slow, but then you look up at the clock and you're like, they're not, and you think, have I just jumped time here? That's how I'm feeling right now. So anyway, I just thought I would share that with you because maybe you feel that way too when it comes to love or something, or that resonates for whatever reason and you're having one of those moments. But I love sharing what I'm feeling when I'm doing readings with my clients, when I do personal readings, even if it seems really crazy, because a lot, I would say most times there is a connection. Okay, so the tree. You were drawn to the tree today, and the tree is about growth. It's about vitality. It's about health. It can be about family. It's just healthy. Look how beautiful it is. It's, you know, sometimes about connected to fertility. It's the tree of life. The tree is about teaching us that the actions we take today and the choices we make have long-term ramifications. Maybe that's why I was feeling so slow. It's like, slow down, think about what you're doing. When we nurture ourselves and deepen our relationships, you know, it multiplies. So this can also, you know, be about stability and cycles, life cycles. So it'll be interesting to see what comes through for you when it comes to these themes and messages, because this is what you were drawn to. If I'm talking really slowly, please write it in the comments, because I don't know what's going on with me. All right, cross. Maybe it's just because I haven't had my tea. Some sort of sacrifice, some sort of difficulty. Maybe you've been through some health challenges. Maybe you've been through some things that have felt like you've had to sacrifice in relationships or sacrifice in love. And you have the beautiful bouquet, which I love. The bouquet is all about a gift, about romance, about, you know, somebody showing up at the door with a bouquet of flowers, you know, which I'm not sure that there are a lot of romantics left out there, but they do exist. It's about affection and being sincere. It can be about a gift. It's a very happy card, okay? And so coming on the heels of the cross, I love it because it says that the difficulties that you've been experiencing are going to come to some sort of end. There's happiness on the other side, okay? Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Now, while I was getting ready to do this reading, I was drawn to the Bee Oracle. So we're doing that first because it seems that there are important messages in the Bee Oracle today. Both group 1 and 2, I really felt like they were important. Okay, the tangible earth. Look how beautiful with all those peacock. You see the peacock feathers in the background, and it's got all those beautiful colors and all the colors of your tree, which I absolutely love. So we're looking at earth element with the tree. Oh, see, I told you. You got to trust your intuition. That's why I'm teaching everyone how to learn to work with their own intuition, because it's such an incredible gift that we have the ability to access, all of us. If you want to learn about it, you know, I'm going to talk about it at the end of the reading. Okay, the tangible. Turning into the true properties of the physical realm of the earth element is difficult for some and easy for others. The imagery in this card references the Emerald Tablet, a foundational Hermetic script which has a passage translated to, "Its force or power remains entire if it is converted to earth." Ooh. The tangible is our world as manifested by our conscious alchemy. Explore your surroundings today. Evaluate why you hold on to things that are no longer useful. Well, boy, isn't that interesting? I definitely need this message today. I hold on to things that are no longer useful. I have a whole garage full of them. Adjusting your surroundings is a good place to begin when embarking on a spiritual journey. The space you manifest is a reflection of your mindset. How interesting. So this is really advice for you. And you know, this is advice for you about clearing your space, which is interesting, okay? But you know what I'm really drawn to? I'm drawn to those peacock feathers, and because I read the Animal Spirit Oracle, which you've seen many times here on my channel, I keep thinking about the peacock message, which is about like overcoming difficulties and still remaining super positive. Isn't it interesting that the bouquet card is, I'm just noticing this, also the same colors, the blues and greens, so prominent. It's almost like you're going from the blues, like I've got the blues, I'm down, to opening your heart. Green. Green is the color of the heart chakra. Yeah, so the advice here is to clear up your space. Make room for this beautiful, healthy new beginning. Boy, you know what? I'm really resonating with this reading today, personally. And I'm going to take this advice. Okay. Let's see what the tarot has for you about love. Six of Cups. I love that because that's very romantic, like the bouquet. The Six of Cups focuses on a past connection, something maybe connected to childhood, some sort of innocent, romantic connection. There can be a connection to someone from your past or someone who reminds you of a first love or a past love. High Priestess reverse under the cross. Yeah, you really have a message here about needing to connect with your inner knowing, with your intuition. The High Priestess is so powerful. She's still available to you, but she's blocked at the moment, probably because of what you've been through, the difficulties. Sometimes it's hard to hear the inner knowing when you're dealing with the practical stuff of life that is like, hey, I lost my job, or hey, you know, it's hard for me to meditate because I have to go to work and work 12 hours a day. You know what I mean? But this is about finding that balance and getting back in touch with it. So, I mean, I hate to do a plug, but you really would be someone who would benefit from learning my methods to connect. And I'm not being cheesy here. I'm being real. Getting the High Priestess reversed means you're disconnected from your intuition, okay? It's blocked at the moment. Oh my God, the Devil. Yes, you're letting go of a very difficult time. The devil energy is the lovers at the lowest vibration. It's a connection to something that's unhealthy. I really feel like you are going from some sort of dark energy to something very positive, okay? You are letting go of this, whatever the devil or whoever the devil represents for you, okay? You're getting back to something healthy. Wheel of Fortune upright. Yep. Things are shifting and changing, and remember, you chose the tree card, okay? You didn't know how this reading was going to go, neither did I. We just found out together, and the tree card represents, what did I say? One of the meanings of the tree card is seasons and cycles. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is about seasons and cycles. It's about things changing. Bottom of the deck, healing of the star. Beautiful. You're getting back into the rhythm of your life, and you're getting off the sacrifice and the negativity that you've been on and the connection to this devil energy. This is good luck, good fortune. Things are shifting and changing for the better. Oh, I love it. See why you should trust your intuition? You're on the road. Just by picking that card, this has proven that you have a beautiful high priestess energy waiting to come out, okay? Because you got the cycles card. I love it. Now a message from the Teacup Oracle, because I'm so slow and groggy this morning. I'm going to take a huge gulp of my tea at the end of your reading. Opposites attract. I love it. So you have someone coming in that is either the opposite of what you've dealt with, if you've been dealing with a devil energy or devils in the past, or an opposite of you. You like tea, they like coffee. That's why this is my deck, by the way. I created it. It is for sale, but I'm a tea drinker, so that's why I put a latte on opposites attract. Okay. I have never been with a tea drinker. I've always had relationships with coffee drinkers. Okay. Going public. I heart tea. This is somebody who is going to want to show their affection in a very positive and public way. This is not a hidden relationship. This is something that's going to feel great. You're going to feel validated. There's a public aspect to it, okay? Wow, what a reading today. As I mentioned earlier, if you want a private reading, you can definitely get one. I'm a full-time tarot reader and an astrologer. You can email me if you have a specific question or concern. You can use the links below to book a soulmate reading. I video record it just like this, except it's tailored to your specific situation, answering your questions, which you can email me all your details. Takes about a week. I also, as I mentioned, have that beautiful course, which is an easy to use guide where I teach you my technique using tarot, crystals, and astrology to connect with your soulmate using your intuition. Remove blocks, anything that's blocking you from love. Remove and identify the things like the devil energy. Why are you attracting that energy in? You can learn why you're doing those things, how you can change that, and how you can then ultimately connect with positive love energy. So you don't have to be a tarot reader. You don't have to be a crystal reader. I teach you very simple techniques using these tools. So you can use the links below and get started. And at the end of 30 days, you can be on the road to clearing all this out and connecting. So I'm very happy that you joined me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and please subscribe and become part of the community. Why wouldn't you? Then you'll get notified whenever I post a new reading. That's it for this week. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'm going to see you next week. Okay? Take care. Hi, you chose the house today. We are going to look at messages for you about what's coming next in love. And we are starting with the Lenormand deck, which is going to give us an overview of your messages about the future. And then we're going to fill in details with the Oracle. I'm using the Bee Oracle today, very drawn to it. It's been incredibly insightful. The Teacup Love Oracle, which is my deck, and we're going to use the Lima Tarot. Okay, so let's get started. What's coming next in love for you? Ooh, commitment, ring. We've got a big commitment. We have house and commitment. Anybody buying a house? Anybody moving in together? Yep, looks like that's coming for you. Some sort of contract, commitment, engagement perhaps. Love it. And birds. Ooh, lots of talk. Lots of talk. Whatever's coming for you. Bottom of the deck. Ooh, somebody has been keeping you in their sights. This is a man in the distance. This can just be energetically. It doesn't have to be someone specific, but my, you've got something exciting coming up. Okay, so let's start with your choice, which is the house. And in the Lenormand deck, the house represents security and stability. You know, it's about comfort. It's something that protects you. It can also be about boundaries, because it's like when you're in your house, you can have the door closed and people can't come in. But in this card, we see that there is smoke coming out of the chimney. Somebody's home, somebody's tending to the fire, somebody's ready to make a warm welcome. This is also just feeling secure, okay? It can also be the literal, you know, translation of you're moving in together. There's a love coming or a commitment coming. You have the ring right next door, which is the card of commitment, of dedication, a contract, a bond. And when you look at it, what do you see? You see the two people with the house, and there's the smoke coming out. So it's like you're going from moving in together to possibly marriage. That's what I see. I mean, we don't get this very often, and a lot of times this is what people want. This is what's coming for you, okay? This is a man and a woman right on there, making a commitment to one another, creating a family, creating a home. A house is an investment, and this is a contract, okay? This is about, you know, really moving towards a committed connection. So if that's something that you have been really wishing for and hoping for, I've got good news for you today. Look what's coming. Okay, now next door we have the birds, and the birds is all about communication. Okay, conversations, discussions, news. You know, it's like sometimes it can also be gossip. Okay, you know, on the negative side. On the positive side, the birds indicates like getting good advice, getting wise counsel. We see there's a mama bird here that is offering life lessons to maybe her little baby birds here, okay? She is delivering a message. So there's something about keeping your eyes open. Watch for the signs and symbols around you. And maybe, you know, your mom helps introduce you. If you're completely single, maybe there's a connection to your mom, or maybe some advice she gave you is actually gonna come through, and you're like, you rolled your eyes when she told you, and you're like, oh, mom, come on. But it turns out to be correct, okay? It happens to me, I'm a mom, and you know, I'm very, very close, and my child listens, and I give advice, and when it comes back and you actually watch it happen, it's very rewarding. So I feel like there's also a sense of family and maybe even fertility or having children here. This is a very positive reading if you are interested in love and commitment and long-term stability. If you're not, if you're someone that's like, then you have to be careful, because this is where you're headed. So you might want to really rethink things or pick another pile. But if this is which your intuition shows me that you were, because you chose that house card, this is where you're heading, okay? So now let's pull you your B Oracle, which I was so inspired by this morning, and they have been so incredibly insightful for all the other groups. So I'm excited to see what message comes through for you. I'm also a bee person. I love bees, which is really ironic because I'm allergic to bee stings. So kind of weird, right? But I think they're so beautiful. They're so important. They're so spiritual. There's so many reasons to love them. I also love like designs with bees on them. Go figure. Maybe I was a beekeeper in a past life. Do you have something that you love, even though, well, yeah, probably a person that you know you shouldn't. Okay. Bee wisdom. Ooh, so we could be looking at taking some advice from someone with that mom card and the birds and this big commitment coming. Let's see what the bee wisdom message is. It is, I believe, fire. These are not in alphabetical order. So yeah, they're in element order. It is fire. Bee wisdom. Bee wisdom is an intricate intelligence of the hive that spans far beyond the life of the bee. A single bee only lives a few weeks and a queen may live a few years. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. But the species continues by the old queen swarming with her workers and allowing a new queen to produce her own brood. Wow! This is so much reading about you creating a new family. Their lives are dedicated to the survival of the whole, but the bee wisdom knows that life of the individual is just as important as the whole colony. Center yourself today and contemplate the importance of collective consciousness. Feel how it has a calming effect and rings true to your being. An infinite cycle of conscious cooperation is what is needed today. Mimic the wisdom of the bee and recognize and tackle small personal challenges before they become larger and more destructive to others. Ask for help and work in a group setting if you can today. How interesting. So getting help, getting advice. This is the bee. This is, this is making sure things are in alignment because you have this big energy coming up. Wow. Okay. Let's get some specifics from the tarot. This is so interesting. Gosh, I've loved today's reading. I hope you have too. 10 of Swords. Wow. So this is really for you. If you're completely single, you must be like, oh my God, come on, I can't believe this. But yes, and even if you're not, this is the end of old karmic stories. Done, over with. You are moving towards this new commitment, and it's time for you to release whatever they are. And just know that actually you don't even have to release them. The universe is. It's like you've learned all these hard lessons. Maybe you've been stabbed in the back in relationship. Maybe you've been very badly wounded. And it's like, just know that that cycle is done. Yay! I love when this card comes up because it's like, wow, we don't want to go through that anymore. Page of Wands. There's your offer. So this is love with someone who is, you could meet through a course, through a class, through an adventure. There's some sort of invitation coming, which you should accept. This is fire. This is fire. So it looks like you have a fire sign energy coming in. Leo, Sag, Aries. Somebody who is adventurous, somebody who's innocent, naive in some ways, but very romantic. It could be someone slightly younger or just young at heart, okay? Ooh, look at you, Leo. This is the Leo card. This is the Strength card. This is a beautiful partnership. This is commitment. August could be a big month for this love for you. Or for this commitment if you're already in a relationship, and wedding, an engagement, something, buying a house, moving in together. This is a beautiful partnership where you are equals, okay? 2 fire signs with the fire bee message. 3 fire signs. Ace of Wands, romance, passion, bottom of the deck, Page of Cups, romance, surprise. A surprise. Could be a water sign, but just a lot of passion between you. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is a beautiful love story because you have the end of difficulty, 10 swords in the back, to the beginning of romance, love, long-term love story. Ace of Wands. Fire, fire, fire everywhere. Passion, passion, passion. I love it. Take the advice of the elders. Now, let's get you a teacup message. Anything you need to know today about this love energy? Love bombing. Okay, so this is going to be very, very intense. Don't be afraid. I feel like it might be so much that you think it's love bombing, but it feels very positive. None of these came through reversed, so I think it's more you worrying because you're not used to this kind of connection. This is something that you have waited a long time for. Those old cycles are over, that 10 of Swords energy, and a new beginning with the Ace, which is a new beginning. Yay! You got this beautiful love coming. I am so happy I did this reading today, and I'm really happy you came by. If you resonated with this, or if you have questions about the ending of this difficult cycle or this new love energy coming in and how you can connect with it, you could purchase a private reading where I focus on you and your situation. You can email me all your details. It takes about a week. I video record your reading just like this. You watch it on a private link. And I have that incredible course, the Soulmate Guide, if you want to learn yourself how to connect with your intuition, how to use all your own skills and talents in the best way possible. I have an easy way to teach you. I've spent a long time figuring out a lot of systems, and I've now consolidated it down to help other people in a very simple way. Don't have to be an astrologer. You do need a tarot deck, a journal, or a place to write down your reflections, and some crystals. And you don't have to know anything about tarot. You don't have to know how to read tarot cards. I help you learn to use them to tap into how to connect, how to release any blocks, and how to really align yourself so that you're ready and moving quickly towards this love. Okay? So all that's below. Thanks for being here. And before you leave, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That's it for this week. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you next week.